Hello, everyone, and welcome to this demonstration of using databases in a library catalog to find sources. We will cover how to access our databases, how to search in two databases, and how to find books in the library catalog. We're getting started here on the library homepage, and we're going to the Research and Assignments tab along the top. And under Research and Assignments, we'll go to Find Items, Databases A to Z. Opening the Databases A to Z tab gives us access to all of the databases through the VCSU library. There's a search bar where you can look for specific databases, as well as filter by different subjects, different types, and different vendors for databases, as well as the A to Z part of our A to Z list, where you can filter databases by the first letter of the title. The first database that we are going to cover today is in the A's. It's going to be Academic Search Complete. And if you are off campus while doing your research, clicking this database link is going to ask you to log in with your NDUS information. This is the same information you use to log into Blackboard, so it's pretty easy. And if you're on campus or if you've recently logged into your library account, you should be able to just open this database no problem. Here we are on the home page for Academic Search Complete. This is a database owned by EBSCO, which is just one of the vendors that does databases. The only reason that matters is because EBSCO databases will all look pretty similar when you're going to search in them. The first thing we're going to do now that we're in our database is go to the advanced search function, which here there's this little link above the magnifying glass icon in the search bar, and we're going to click on that. Using advanced search can feel intimidating, but it will save you a lot of time in the long run getting comfortable with using this type of search. Now that we are in advanced search, we'll type in our search terms. Today we're going to use Merchant of Venice. And you'll notice I have quotation marks around Merchant of Venice. That's just to tell the database that we want the full phrase Merchant of Venice in our search term. And then we'll also put in Antonio. From here, now that we have our fields, we'll go down to the filter section and we're going to select peer review. It's important to remember that peer review, it will tell us if an article is published in a journal that is peer reviewed, but even peer reviewed journals sometimes publish opinion pieces and editorials, so it's always worth just doing a quick double check on a source. Now that I have all of my information entered, we'll hit search and we're going to load up our results. Our results here, as you can see, there aren't many of them, which is totally okay. But some of our sources in our results list can be accessed now, while others say get it at VCSU. This get it at VCSU is just going to search for that article in our catalog. And if we have it through a different database, we'll be able to access it that way. Or you can request the article through interlibrary loan. For now, though, we're going to look at this article, which we can access now. When we click on the article title here, it will load in and we can read the article via a PDF. We can download the article, save a citation, email this article to ourselves, and we can also go down into this additional information section and look at what subject terms were used in tagging this particular article. This subject term section is a really good way to get ideas for other searches you might want to run. We're now going to go ahead and go back to our databases A to Z list here, and we're going to open the J's. The second database we're going to use is JSTOR, and JSTOR typically is a lot more humanities focused. So it typically, for especially English classes, is going to be a really good option. Just like we did with Academic Search Complete, we will open this advanced search option. It's also right above the magnifying glass in the search bar. And JSTOR's advanced search, you'll notice, looks pretty similar, but there are a few ways that it's different. We'll start off by putting in Merchant of Venice and Antonio again as our search terms. And then we're going to come down to narrow results. JSTOR does not have a specific option to filter for peer-reviewed articles, but the majority of articles published on JSTOR or that you can access in JSTOR do come from scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Not everything in JSTOR is peer-reviewed, but a good way to get pretty close to a peer-reviewed filtered search is to choose this item type articles. We're also going to go ahead and set the language filter to English. There's a whole lot more here, but we're going to, for now, just use this. And we will click our Submit Advanced Search option. Okay, so you'll notice in the JSTOR search that we do have a lot more results. Again, that is partially because Academic Search Complete is a really good database for more broad information, but the more specific you get, the better finding those more specific databases can be. And as you can see, JSTOR has a lot more information for us. Just like with any of these database results, you can continue to filter using the left-hand bar. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at one of these articles that we have access to. And so opening this article is going to allow us to see the article itself here in the viewer. It will also let us get more information about the journal that we're looking at, more item details, places in the document that have our matching search terms, the references list, as well as some related articles that may be interesting to look at. You can also, just like with Academic Search Complete, grab a citation or download your PDF. So those were our two databases. We're now going to jump all the way back to the library homepage again, and we're going to talk a little bit about finding information in the catalog. So on the library homepage, 2 points to you if you guessed where we're going. We're going to the advanced search link right here under the search bar. And once we click that advanced search, that will take us to our library catalog. You'll notice there are actually quite a few similarities in our advanced search here as there were to the databases we were just in. So if we want to find books, we're going to start by choosing search in the library catalog. And because we're looking specifically for books, we want to be a little bit more broad in our search. So we're going to put in just Merchant of Venice here, material type, books, language, English, and we'll go ahead and click search. Now our search results here that have loaded, we can see we have 194 options. From this results page, we can then look at our tweak your results along the right here to narrow down this information even more. So if you are an online student, a distance student, or just prefer to read ebooks, you can use this available online filter, and that's going to only show you books that are available as ebooks. So from here, you can look through the books that you're interested to see what you're interested in. You can, once you find a book that looks interesting, go ahead and click on the title to open the specific catalog record for that book. And just like with the databases, as we talked about earlier, if you are off campus, clicking this full text availability link will take you to a login page before you can actually read the book. You can also, from this page, grab a permalink to always get back to the specific catalog record, grab a citation, etc. And we can, of course, open our full text availability option to read the book online. Reading the book online will let you see some details about the book, the author, the description. You can also read the full book right here from this page. And there are some limitations to how much of a book you can download for copyright purposes, but you can download certain pages as well. Going back to our results, once again, you'll notice this little X. That'll let us see our full results. And I'm going to open back up our search by using this little down arrow because I want to show you that we can use the same strategy to find some reference works. So I'm going to put in Shakespeare, and I'm also going to put in dictionary. And again, we have material type books, language English. We'll hit search. And in our results, we're going to have different reference sources. Once again, we can filter to available online. And that's going to show us any of these sources that you can get to digitally. So you can see there's a pretty wide range from the name and place dictionary, quotations, women in Shakespeare, Shakespeare's legal language. So these resources should be helpful as you're working through Shakespeare and trying to get a grasp on what he's really saying. That covers the last of the tutorial sections I have for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you do have any questions or want to get in touch with me, you can use this Ask a Librarian button on the home page, and that will take you right to my contact info. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helps.